really an all-hands-on-deck situation.
Cleanup is underway tonight after a deadly Amtrak derailment. Tonight on Krem2 News, we'll have the latest updates from the scene. And Kraken history will be made right here in Spokane. 10,000 hockey fans packing the arena for the team's first ever game.
After a gorgeous sunny weekend, I'm tracking rain and cooler temperatures for the start of the week.
Thank you for joining us here tonight. I'm Joshua Robinson, and right now officials are working to figure out why an Amtrak train derailed in Montana, killing 3 people and injuring at least 5 others. The train was bound for Seattle with a stop in Spokane, and it derailed near Joplin, Montana. According to Liberty County Sheriff's Department, 8 of the 10 cars came off the tracks around 3 p.m. yesterday. We have team coverage in Montana right now. Sebastian Robertson from our sister station in Seattle has more from Joplin with the latest on what we have heard from officials.
This investigation is just getting started. Today, the governor confirming 3 people killed, 5 more remain in stable condition in hospitals across the state. We're learning more about the rescue effort that for the most part was done by all volunteer first responders. This is rural Montana, so the accident drew emergency personnel from across the state, some driving more than an hour to help.
They were in a horrific event, and just going in and letting them know that you cared and you were trying the best you could and you would get answers for their questions, but it was going to take some time. They were completely understanding.
Some of the more seriously wounded taken to hospitals in Kalispell, others to Great Falls, both by helicopter and even fixed wing. Strangers credited with driving passengers to nearby airport. Tonight, we know all passengers are accounted for. The governor saying no train will be moved until the NTSB is done with its portion of the investigation. Near Chester, Montana, I'm Sebastian Robertson.
And the train was carrying 141 passengers with 16 crew members, and many passengers were treated on scene. 5 were seriously injured and taken to local hospitals. We are told they are in stable condition right now. And today we have also heard from Governor Greg Gianforte.
With the exception of the 5 passengers who remain hospitalized in stable condition, all passengers have been treated and released from medical centers. We will continue to work closely with the state, local officials on the ground, as well as Amtrak, BNSF, and NTSB to get to the bottom of this and get the tracks open back up.
The governor also thanked first responders and promised full cooperation with investigators. Tonight, we are also hearing from passengers who were aboard the train when it tipped over, including one man who says he's a regular Amtrak customer who has never experienced anything like what he witnessed yesterday.
I was lucky in that I was able to grab a hold of the coffee table. There's a coffee table that's bolted to the floor, and the train tipped about 45 degrees, and I thought it would stop, but you know, it takes a while for it to stop, and then it continued to go all the way down. At that point, I just held on to that, and my legs were dangling down below, and the windows broke out down below, and which is how we eventually escaped after the train stopped. But I hate to think what would have happened if I hadn't been able to hold on to my table.
Meanwhile, some passengers were able to free themselves before rushing to help others.
I heard a loud bang, and then the car tipped. I was able to pop my window out and climb out and then help other people up. And then we sat until we got some ladders and we got people down.
All of the passengers aboard the train have been accounted for. Taking a look outside tonight as a relatively warm weekend is potentially leading to a bit more of a fall feel in the next few days. Meteorologist Michelle Boss here to fill us in on what we can expect for a new week. Michelle?
Gorgeous out here right now. The sun is already so low in the sky, but it's shone brightly enough today to push temperatures back into the upper 70s. And I believe there were still some low 80s today. Right now, very comfortable temperatures with 73 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 74 in Deer Park, though it's cooled down into the mid 60s in the Sandpoint. There we did get 80 in Moses Lake today, also lower 80s in Lewiston. It was a little bit on the breezy side this afternoon. We're going to see similar breeziness both tomorrow afternoon and Tuesday afternoon as well. Right now, the wind's coming down just a little bit out of the southwest southwest at 8 miles per hour in Spokane, but between 10 and 15 miles per hour in Coeur d'Alene and Ritzville. Satellite and radar showed a little bit more cloudiness today as well. We're starting to see some precipitation on the west side. Radar beam hitting some of those higher clouds in north central Washington. Not seeing the rainfall there yet, but could see that as early as tomorrow morning. Taking a look at the short-term forecast, going to be beautiful this evening if you're going to be out and about. Temperatures should be mild overnight and into tomorrow morning. We'll see increased cloudiness and do have a chance of showers to start our work week with much cooler temperatures, highs in the upper 60s tomorrow. But on Tuesday and Wednesday, highs will be closer to the upper 50s to near 60.
It is a historic game that sold out in minutes. Tonight, the Seattle Kraken are playing their debut game right here in Spokane against the Vancouver Canucks. Nearly 10,000 fans are expected to fill the Spokane Arena to cheer on the newest NHL team. Our own Andrew Quinn has been out there this afternoon talking to fans ahead of tonight's game. Andrew, fill us in on what the reaction's been like from the fans that are headed inside.
Yeah, good evening, Joshua. It is an electric atmosphere here tonight at Spokane Arena as fans continue to file in behind me. Now, keep in mind, this is the first major sporting event in Spokane to require vaccination proof. So the process is going a little bit slower tonight, but that is doing nothing to dampen the enthusiasm that these fans have for the NHL's newest franchise.
Yeah, we're super pumped to be able to come to an actual NHL game so close to home.
We had to get all our gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, came just in time last week.
Yeah, go Kraken.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's just an opportunity of a lifetime. I mean, the first opportunity to see these guys play any type of organized game that's legit. This is the first time, you never get a chance to see a first time, ever. So this is great.
The game just got underway between the Kraken and the Vancouver Canucks. We will have full post-game coverage and highlights tonight on Krem2 News at 10. Reporting at Spokane Arena tonight, Andrew Quinn, Krem2 Sports.
Yeah, plenty of excitement tonight throughout the city, but this game also bringing an economic boost that Spokane hasn't really felt since before the COVID-19 pandemic began. A much-needed opportunity for local businesses who are hungry for business after the past 18 months. Now, this week, I had a chance to meet with the general manager of one local restaurant who's just hours away from one of those very unique opportunities.
It's been a big week for Clinker Dagger in Spokane. On Wednesday, General Manager Debbie Moon got a call from the Seattle Kraken.
And the management team was sitting down for a meeting, and my front desk host came up and said, you know, I don't normally interrupt this, but I think you want to take this call. And it was someone that was making arrangements to have food on the plane for the Kraken when they got done with the game. So not only are we feeding the fans, we're feeding the team.
It was an offer she says she couldn't refuse. For any restaurant, Moon says, the past 18 months have created an attitude within the restaurant and hospitality industry of, if there's a way to make it work, you make it work.
We're working on a pretty thin crew, but it's just having that opportunity to do something for your restaurant, you know, with a name that they're not just going to be Seattle's team, they are Washington's team.
We haven't had any major events in Spokane for almost 2 years. So this is exciting. And what makes it even more exciting is it's the Kraken's first game ever in history. So this is a historical moment for Spokane, and I love that they chose our city.
Kate Hudson with Visit Spokane says of the 9,700 plus tickets sold for Sunday's game, more than 2,400 of them are visiting from outside of Washington.
People are coming from St. Louis, Pennsylvania, Colorado, Canada, all over California. People are really excited to come to Spokane. So that makes me happy, and I love that we're getting East Coasters coming in, so maybe they'll see us and realize, wow, this is a great place, and they'll go home and they'll tell their friends and family, and maybe we'll get some more tourists out of it.
But if there's one thing the past 2 years have taught Moon, it's that these kinds of opportunities can vanish just as quickly as they appear. So she says she wants her crew to help set a strong example for the rest of the city.
We can't rest on that. We've got to look at what can we do and how can we do it to make sure that we're a choice that they want to come to, not just for my restaurant, but for people in bringing people and business in Spokane that benefits everybody.
Now, your Northern Quest Sports Desk.
Sports Director Brandon Green with us now. You know, we're going to be at the Kraken game tonight, but There's some other sports news we got to talk about first.
Yeah, I am hustling my booty off this desk as soon as we're done with this, and I'm going to be at the arena this evening.
Right.
But yeah, the Seahawks, not a great day for them.
No.
Yeah, last week's overtime affair wasn't excellent. This one may have been worse. A 30-17 loss to the Vikings, and they went completely cold in the second half. The Seahawks did not score a single point after 11 minutes and 12 seconds in the second quarter. To be completely frank, they kind of looked like WSU has looked in the second half this season. Just couldn't get anything going. How bad was it? The Seahawks totaled 98 yards of offense in the second half. I have no idea how that's possible with Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and Chris Carson on your offense, but here we are. The Seahawks also only had 4 possessions in the second half. Pete Carroll harped on that postgame, while Russell Wilson says he still feels good about the trajectory of this team.
Part of it is opportunities. We got to stay on the field, you know, and when it doesn't mix right and the defense is giving up first downs and the offense didn't convert them, then it's just out of balance, you know. I mean, what changed? Nothing. They didn't do anything different.
I'm super confident. I think that we were confident that we can respond in the right way. I thought we responded in the right way, even this game, in the sense of coming off of last week's game. I thought, you know, our mentality was right coming into the game.
Meanwhile, Kirk Cousins had 0 issues moving the ball. He went 30 of 38 for 323 yards and 3 touchdowns. At one point in this game, the Vikings had 5 straight drives that resulted in a score. Overall, they went 6 of 8 on scoring during their drives. This was a performance the Hawks defense would love to forget, although after getting torched on the ground last week and now getting torched through the air this week, the defense has got to be asking themselves a lot of questions. DJ Reed knows the Hawks need to figure out what's going on, and fast.
I feel like we have the opportunity of a lifetime, one of the better ones that I've had the opportunity to suit up with, but that doesn't matter if we don't go and do it. We can't keep letting ones like this and the last game slip away when we have you know, opportunities in front of us. The opportunities don't come twice, so we got to take advantage of each and every one because they count, they matter. We all got out executed today, and that's what the scoreboard displayed.
One non-Seahawks note, another excellent day for former Eastern players as Kendrick Bourne had one of the best catches of the afternoon right here, and Cooper Kupp. Let's just look at a replay of that. Beautiful footwork right there. All right, Cooper Kupp had his second straight multiple touchdown outing as he scored twice. I want to talk just about one more thing with the Seahawks, Josh. They are 1-2 right now. The rest of the NFC West, undefeated currently. That is just not a good place to start your season off in.
No, especially because those undefeated teams, they're solid 3-0s,
Yes.
good pedigrees to their wins, tough play. Yeah, you don't want to be behind in this division right now.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, got a lot to ask.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Brenna. Still to come tonight, mourners gather to remember the life of Gabby Petito, and now the search for her fiance has become a nationwide manhunt. The latest after the break.